I think the rarity of some of the species makes them a privilege to be able to see. Aesthetically, it is a really nice place to be in.
They are naturally very rare. There's only actually 1% of land cover that is temperate rainforest. So they're actually rarer than tropical rainforests. And that just really increases the importance and the value of this particular habitat. Look at that, it's gorgeous. I'm Rhonda Ridley, Curator of Botany at National Museums, Northern Ireland.
It's not interesting. Hi, my name is Dean McCullough. I am a botanical researcher, and today we are currently standing in Correl Glen, which is a temperate rainforest site in West County Fermanagh.
As the name suggests, rainforest, they like it very wet. High rainfall, high humidity, then temperature-wise, kind of Goldilocks of not too warm and not too cold. And in Correl Glen, where we are today, it's probably the nicest example of this habitat that we have in Northern Ireland. At the museum, we have a fantastic botanical collection of around 100,000 botanical specimens. Many of them are collected in habitats like this in Correl Glen. They date back for several hundred years. So we have specimens from Correl Glen that date to the 19th century. And it's very important that we maintain this continual timeline of plants growing in these particular habitats. A lot of this survey will be us staring at tree branches or tree trunks, looking at very small plants, so lichens and bryophytes, which are mosses and liverworts. The features that distinguish them are tiny, so almost microscopic. You need a hand lens to see them.
The particular assemblages of plants that we get in temperate rainforests are epiphytic plants. So mosses, lichens, liverworts that grow on trees. They don't harm trees, so they're not parasitic. Epiphytes, this is a plant that grows on another plant. And it's really these unique assemblages of epiphytic species on the trees, the real indicator of temperate rainforest habitat.
This is a filmy fern. Filmy ferns are really good indicators for temperate rainforests. They are ferns, but they behave like mosses in that they are tied to very wet environments. They're also almost translucent, so very, very thin, hence the name filmy. They're 1 cell thick and they're really quite rare. It's really nice to see.
This is a type of liverwort called Plagiocylus spinulosa, and as you can see, it's growing as an epiphyte on this willow right by the stream. This species is of conservation concern. Ireland and Britain and Northwest Europe in general is pretty much the stronghold of the species across the planet. So you will struggle to find this species outside of that region. It's quite rare, so this is a privilege to be able to see it.
We've got a nice mature oak tree here, and it's quite typical of Correl Glen. And you can see all of the epiphytic growth, so the plants growing on the tree and then on top of each other, so ferns are coming out of mosses. That's very typical of temperate rainforests. That's just a really nice example of a mature oak.
There's also a rowan growing on this oak tree. It's called a cuckoo tree because it's growing on another tree, but that is classed as an epiphyte as well.
So So this is the other species of filmy fern.
Ooh.
So this is the other filmy fern. So there's more of it on this side. This is Hymenophyllum wilsonii. Has a very different shape to Tembragensi, and it's just growing epiphytically on the trunk of this birch. Do you want to get a picture of this? It's really unphotogenic.
Unphotogenic?
Yeah.
It's really pretty. 414.
It's also very important that we're building a permanent scientific collection, so we can say, okay, this particular species was found in this particular habitat at this particular time, and that forms part of our permanent scientific record. So we have a lot of potential for nature conservation and regeneration of this woodland that at the moment only really exists in very small fragments.
Temperate rainforests are important from an ecological perspective because they support biodiversity that sometimes you don't get in other places of the world. But also aesthetically and socially, they are a place for people to get some respite and also to improve their well-being. And they're also a source of inspiration for people in terms of art, and we see that in folk traditions and folklore and our place names.